Hey, 30-06 John here, and today what I'm going to be talking about is using the 44 Magnum for everyday carry. Keep watching, I hope you enjoyed the video. Here in Alaska, when it becomes summertime and bears are out, I carry my 44 Magnums. Most of the time I carry this 4-inch Redhawk here. It's been a nice gun. But also, since I'm carrying it in the bush and camping and stuff like that, I also end up carrying it around town a lot of the times just because it's out and more convenient and the gun that I've practiced the most with. So I end up carrying this 44 mag probably about a third of the time when I'm around town. Now when I'm carrying this gun around town, I don't really use my bear loads. This right here are my 300 grain hard cast lead bear loads. But I do end up carrying different loads for it. So the loads that I carry around town are a mild 44 Magnum load, certainly more than a 44 Special load. I use this 200 grain XTP, Hornady XTP, over 10 grains of unique. Or I use these 240 grain hard cast lead over 10 grains of unique. And we'll shoot and chronograph these here in a little bit, but this is a mild 44 Magnum load. The holster that I use, same holster I use when I'm bush carrying, is this old Bianchi holster. Has a thumb brake here, so it's very easy and very fast to pull out of the holster. The way I carry extra ammunition is I either use these Bianchi speed strips. These rounds that sort of snap in here. They're soft. This is like a soft plastic rubber. Now the other way I carry extra ammunition is with these speed loaders. These are HKS brand. I don't know if anyone ever used these before, but they're pretty good. Just hold them, stick them in the cylinder, rotate it, they all come out. The speed loaders are sort of bulky, so I end up carrying a speed loader holster for them. This one here is made by HKS. Just put them in there, cover it up. You need it, just pull it out. For my everyday carry loads, I just used a mixed 44 Magnum brass. I don't really separate it or anything like that, tumble it. For bullets, I use a locally cast 240 grain hard cast lead, or I use these Hornady 200 grain XTPs. For powder, I use 10 grains of unique. This is a new unique. They changed the formula maybe 15 years ago. Sometimes you can still find it at gun shows, or someone's having a garage sale. You'll see a unique in a cardboard tube. That's certainly old unique. For primers, today I'm just going to use CCI Magnum primers, large pistol. You don't need a Magnum primer. A large pistol primer will work fine, but I just happen to grab this box of 100, so that's what I'm going to be using. For reloading, I'm using my Lee turret press. I do have Lee dies in here with the factory crimp die. I also have up here, you can't really see it, up here I have a Lee powder thrower. It's already set for 10 grains of unique. Just put the case in, resize D-prime, put the primer in, seat the primer. I always like to make sure that the primer is, let me move this up closer. I always like to make sure that the primer is flush with the bottom of the case, if not a little bit below. Flare the case, and there's powder inside the case there. Grab a bullet, seat the bullet on top of the case. This is already set for the proper depth. It's set right to the cannular. Just see the top of the cannula there. Move it up to the crimping die. See, nice little roll crimp there. These are not heavy Magnum loads, so you don't really have to worry too much about the bullet jumping the crimp, but you do want to get a crimp in that cannula. On the lead bullets, there's a crimp groove there also. Here's my first target with these mid-range loads. 240 grain hard cast lead, 10 grains of unique. It says here CCI large pistol, but that's actually a large pistol Magnum primer. The average velocity was 1,150 feet per second. The accuracy was at 7 yards. It was okay. That's about a 2-inch group. That's not, it's probably me pulling the trigger. I don't really know. But that's certainly adequate for self-defense. Here's my target with the 200 grain XTP, 10 grains of unique. Average velocity is actually a little bit slower than the 240 grain lead. It's going 1,117 feet per second. 7 yards. Very tight group there. Probably 1.5 inches. That's very good grouping there. 200 grain XTP going 1,100 feet per second. That certainly has a lot of stopping power. Some people might say, well, why don't you use a 44 special load? A 44 special is a very mild cartridge. There is no thing as a 44 special plus P load. And a good thing about a 44 Magnum is that you could really shoot a mild load and still have a very effective cartridge. So after I shot these, just verified zeros and verified the load that I was using and the velocity, I started to do some defensive shooting drills.
If your thumb is there and you miss the hammer, the slide's going to slam into your thumb. It's probably terrible. So, not a good shot. No. Forward hand higher up on the gun. Like that. Good. Less recoil that way.
Here's my target from shooting my defensive drills. It was 6 yards out. Had my timer set for like 1.8 seconds, maybe 2 seconds. I changed it around a couple times. I did throw a couple shots outside here. It does fine. Shooting a revolver, double action, takes a little bit of training, but it works out just fine. People have been doing it for 100 years, shooting revolvers double action. A double action revolver is a little bit slower than an automatic pistol, but in the grand scheme of things, in a true self-defense situation, it really falls back more to training. And 1 or 2 hits with a double action revolver shooting a mild 44 Magnum load is a lot better than a bunch of misses with a 9mm that you could shoot fast. Yeah, I carry this 4-inch Redhawk 44 Magnum. I'm very confident with this pistol, with these loads, and it's just what I do. Anyhow, I hope everyone enjoyed this video. Everyone stay safe, take care, and have a good day. Thanks for watching.